Hello, Steve Mills here. It's great to be back on my podcast and sharing some more ideas with you that will help you to grow your business. Now, today I've got another of my really special podcasts. It actually brings back great memories for me because years ago I produced a CD program. Do you remember those days, just after there were cassettes and there then came CDs. Boy, has the world changed since then. But do you know what? The main content and focus and the real skills of marketing have not changed. They're the same. The way we use them may have changed, but overall, it's not changed. And so I'm here today to basically, I'm going to play you a recording. I've got a CD recording for you of my Raise Your Game program. The program's actually 12 CDs long, and I'm going to play you number 4. I'm going to talk to you about the different ways you can use advertising and how to do it effectively. I'm going to talk to you about your questioning skills and how to create a great first impression, which is really, really important for any business. And so I really hope you enjoyed listening to it. I'm going to get that off and running. So thank you ever so much for listening. And obviously, if we can help you, we'd love to be part of your LinkedIn team. I'm running an agency, the Crofton Marketing Agency, so we can do everything that a marketing agency can do for you. Websites, design, etc. I've also got my consultancy service where I could work as your part-time marketing director, and then we do training in how to market yourself, and we do that obviously online and offline and so on and so forth. So without further ado, welcome to the Raise Your Game program on the Results podcast. Thanks very much for listening.
Hello, my name is Steve Mills, and I'd like to welcome you to the Raise Your Game program. I'm here to share with you some tried, tested and proven ideas to massively grow your business. I don't have all the answers, but what I do have is 28 years experience, and I also have some great questions to get you thinking about your business. As usual, the program is divided into 4 sections: marketing strategy, online marketing, offline marketing and sales. So there's going to be something for everyone within this program and many ideas to massively grow your business. But first, how did you get on last month? How many new sales did you achieve? Are you measuring all your marketing leads, conversions and your average unit of sale? Because the Raise Your Game program is not about listening to a new program. It's about taking action. It's about implementing the ideas, and it's about growing your business. So if you haven't taken any action from last month, now's time to turn off the CD and go and take some action towards doing so. If you have, and I hope you have, then on with the program. Okay, this month I'm going to start a little differently. I'm going to start by talking about online marketing. I have some ideas for you which, if you implement, I believe could massively increase the size of your business. But like all things that I just said, it's about taking action. And the first one I'd like to talk about is the idea of using separate domains for each product. Most businesses, in my experience, have a website, and on that website they sell a whole variety of different products. These days, many real successful marketers and marketing businesses have their main, what I'd call their main website, their corporate website, but then they also have separate websites for each and every product that they sell. So the reason behind that is that you can make sure that each website is maximized for the search engine optimization of that site. So it's appropriate to the specific idea and service and product that you're selling. For example, one of the things that Max Marketing do is provide training. So we've got a website that is purely to do with training, as well as our normal corporate website. So I'm sure you get the idea. Now, clearly you're not going to, if you've got 200 products, you're not going to instantly come up with 200 websites. But test the idea. Develop a website specifically for a product and see if you can then massively increase the number of inquiries and sales you get for that product. The second idea is to buy the domain name for that particular product. So again, for example, if I've got a product called Sales Training, wouldn't it be fantastic to have salestraining.co.uk? Now, I'm sure that particular domain is gone, but you get the idea of buying a domain name. Let's say, give you another example, I would really like to sell my marketing services inside of Berkshire. So have marketingberkshire.co.uk, maybe one that's available, and that could be a good idea for me. So I'm sure you get the idea. So you need to think about what domains for particular products or particular services could you buy. The next thing to think about is to ensure that each page on your website produces a result. And I believe this is a massive area that people don't necessarily think about. When someone lands on your website, what is the result that you want? What do you want that home page to do? Do you want that page to send you to a different page on the side? Do you want to have something on there that gets people to sign up to a free ebook or a subscription newsletter? You need to think about what is the value of each page? What is that page's job? And look at your site as though if you've got a 20-page website, then you've got 20 sales tools. Are they producing the best possible result? When someone arrives at your page, whether it's your home page or a specific product, is it selling as well as it possibly could? And if it isn't, then that's an area of focus for you to try and improve. So think about what you want people to do when they visit your site. What about gathering names? Because this is a real opportunity for you that not 1 in 100 businesses ever maximizes, in my opinion. So my question to you again is, what are you doing to gather names on your website? Do you have a sign-up form? Is that sign-up form just on one page? You've got a form that says sign up for your newsletter. Or is that little advert, is that a little box that's on every single page of your website? It's all about maximizing it, getting the best possible return on investment. So every page on your site should have, I believe, a call to action, something that it's going to tell me to do. And one of the things that you might want to think about are increasing what I call your internal links within your site. They are links from one page pushing me to another page, advising me to go and check out something else. There are two reasons for doing that. Firstly, you often can get people to stay on your site longer. And secondly, Google loves internal links. It loves links from both externally and internally. But if you can have more links on your site, you'll probably increase the effectiveness of your site as far as search engine optimization is concerned. So that's certainly something for you to think about. The next thing I'd like to talk about is building an online sales system. Once someone signs up on your site, where do they go there? What actually happens? It's all very well them signing up for your newsletter and you sending that out once a month or once a quarter. But how could you do better than that? And there are a whole range of software out there, CRM, customer relationship management software, whether that's Act or Infusionsoft or Salesforce, Goldmine, Maximizer, various pieces of software. We personally use a piece called Infusionsoft, which is absolutely superb. And what Infusionsoft enables us to do is when someone signs up for something on our website, they not only sign up for it, but that automatically then populates our CRM system and sets them up on what we call a sequence. In other words, a sequence of emails that they will receive over the next 6 months. And all this is done automatically, so you don't have to worry about it. You know that when someone comes to your website, let's say 1 in 20, 1 in 40 of them are going to sign up. And when they do, you've got a marketing system, a sales system in place to constantly market to those people. So again, it's all about maximization. What about the wow factor? When people arrive at a website, you've got just a few seconds to create that wow factor, to get them, thinking, oh wow, what a fantastic site. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, does your website create the wow factor? When you open it up, do you think, oh wow, yeah, clearly this is a really good site? Because if it doesn't, then people are probably going to feel the same way when they visit your site. So we need to think about, how could you create the wow factor? What could you do differently? Have you got video on there? What are the words like on there? What about the pictures? What about the design? What about any special offers? Are there strategies and ideas that you could take a look at your website when you finish this program and sit down and think, right, what are the 10 things I'm going to do to increase the effectiveness, to improve the look, to improve the design, to make my website more effective? The other comment I've got for you today is about copy. There's lots of thoughts about, how much copy, how much text should be on a page. From Google's point of view, Google loves copy. Google loves to have a good understanding of what the page is about. So when Google spiders read your page, they understand how to list that particular page. From a person point of view, sometimes you've got a little bit of a conflict. Do you want a page that's got 50 words, 100 words, 200 words, 1,000 words, who knows? One of the things that I believe is really important, again, is to test. You have a homepage and you reduce that homepage to just a couple of paragraphs of text, or maybe some great pictures that rotate round with some text on. You might want to check out our website at maxmarketing.co.uk just to get an idea of how a homepage could look. Not saying that ours is perfect, but what I am saying is by testing different approaches, you can produce different results. So hopefully there's plenty that you can use there to grow your business from an online point of view. Case in point, one of my clients recently used just one of those ideas to double the sales from one specific product. So, think about this, because this could massively impact your business. The second section we're going to cover is offline marketing. My ideas for you in this section cover, first of all, your first impression. And I'm not talking about the first impression of your website or your leaflets. I'm talking about you as a person. When you meet your potential client or you attend that networking event, what do you look like? What about your clothes, your grooming, all those really important things, your personal first impression? On a scale of 1 to 10, how good is it? The second thing I'd like to talk to you about is motivation. A lot of marketing, I believe, makes a massive mistake. And you hear many marketing gurus and experts talking about benefits, talking about the benefits of your product, the benefits of your service. And it's a big mistake. Because if you talk about benefits, what you're talking about is all the things that I will get if I buy your products or services. However, we as human beings, psychologists will tell you that we're drawn towards two things, not one. One is the pain of not doing something, and one is the pleasure of doing it. Look at it like this. On one side, you've got a massive, great big block of ice, and at the moment, you're over towards that block of ice. On the other side, you've got a nice, warm, roaring fire. And because you're over towards the block of ice, it's not the fire that's going to attract you. It's the cold of the ice. It's the problem that you've got in your business. It's the lack of time. It's the lack of money. It's the difficulty. It's the ineffective marketing. Whatever it is that pain that's creating the problem. So you're drawn towards the middle of the room. You're drawn towards moving away from the ice, from the problem that you've got. So you need to have some solutions that move people away from their problems, from the ice, from the cold, from the difficulty. However, there's a problem that once they get comfortable, the ice is no longer a big deal. They're okay, they're running their business and they're ticking over, and they're somewhere in the middle. They're neither towards the ice nor towards a roaring fire. But all of a sudden they see the roaring fire. These are the benefits. This is the warmth. This is the thing that's going to then push them forward. So marketing, in my opinion, needs to be twofold, needs to be focused on two things. One, the problem. What are the problems that your clients have got, and what are the problems that you can make sure that they understand and help them to solve? You then need to think about, yes, the benefits. What are you going to do for them that moves them towards the pleasure? So think of marketing as two pillars, pain and pleasure. The next thing I'd like to talk to you about is writing copy. Your copywriting, your headline, creating interest, desire and action. I'm sure you remember from a few Raise Your Game programs ago, I spoke about the IADA formula, the formula of A being attention, I being interest, D being desire, and the final A being a call to action. Make sure that within all your marketing materials that you use in that formula, whether it's on your website, whether it's in a sales letter, whether it's in a direct mail, an email, on the telephone when you're calling people, it's a great formula. Just check what you're doing, what you've got at the moment, and try to make sure that you improve your copywriting. A really good tip, I think, is don't save the best till last. I sometimes read copy that someone's written, and they'll have a great benefit, but it's not until the bottom of the page that they talk about that benefit. So, make sure you save, the good stuff to start with, because we all know how people read copy. Whether it's a letter or an email, we read the first thing, and if that thing doesn't captivate me, when an email lands in my inbox, I read the headline of that email, and if it's something that I think I'm not going to be interested in, I delete it straight away. When a letter comes through the post, I open the letter up and I read the first paragraph or maybe the first sentence, and if that's boring, I will throw it in the bin. When I look at a newspaper advert and I turn that page, I'm scanning the headlines. I'm just looking through those adverts, looking for something that's of interest. And if I see something interesting, I'll read it. If I don't, I'll just move right on by to the next ad or to the next page. So you need to make sure that you're writing the best possible copy you can. And if you can't do that, if that's not a skill of yours, you need to find someone who's really good at copywriting. It's not something that everybody and anybody could do, although with training you can certainly do it a lot better. This is a real key to your business. If you're spending money on direct mail, direct email, you've got a website, you need to make sure it works as well as you can. And you need to make sure that the copy on there is as good as it could possibly be. So if you could improve, for example, the copy on your website by 10, 15, 20%, that could make a massive difference to your business. The last section I'm going to talk about here is the addition of a PS. A PS on an email, a sales letter, and even an advert. And the PS is a really important part of it, because the PS is the second most read part. What we tend to do when we open a letter, we open it up, we read the first bit, and then we look down to see who it's from. When we look down to see who it's from, that's when we read the PS. So never write a sales letter without a PS. Okay, so the next section, as I said, we're going to talk about sales, your sales skills. How good are you at selling? This is such an important area for business. I spoke recently at the Canadian Chamber of Commerce, and there were about 100 businesses in that room. And I said to them, can you put your hand up, please, if you've done any form of sales training within your organisation over the last year? What do you think the percentage was? Well, it was about 4%. About 4% of the room had done any sales training. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, that represents a great opportunity, because if people aren't doing it, if your competitors are not taking part in sales training and they're not highly skilled salespeople, then that is an opportunity for you. If you could increase your conversion rates by 10, 15, 20%, what would that mean to your business? You get 100 inquiries in, and whatever it is you convert at the moment, let's say you convert 50% of those. If you could convert 60% of those, you've just grown your business by 20%. That's a massive increase without necessarily risking any more money on the marketing side. So, you need to make sure you maximize your sales skills. And you can do that through attending seminars, reading books, listening to audio programs, going and speaking with really effective salespeople, finding them, taking them out for lunch, asking them how they do it. How do they defend price? How do they get over objections? How do they present their products? Do they do demonstrations? How do they produce really effective proposals? There's a whole variety of ways that you can raise your game, that you can do better than you've ever done before. But you need to have the attention to do that and the intention to take action. It's all very well, as I said, it's not about listening, it's about taking action. It's about doing something about your sales skills and trying to improve them. I mentioned a few moments ago about away motivation. This applies equally in selling. It's all very well in marketing and the literature, but also selling. People will do more to avoid a problem than they will to gain the pleasure. So how good are your questioning skills? Do you have a list of questions that you use? Do you have a list of questions that is professionally produced, maybe on an agenda? These are the points that you're going to go through when you meet people. Because if you don't, and you did, that could make a big advantage to your business. One final thing on the sales side is a website that I found a little while ago, a website called Elance. What Elance do is they enable businesses to produce things like sales letters, information sheets, books, copywriting skills, ebooks, and all you do simply is to go on to elance.com, tell them what you need, and people will give you a quote for doing that work. It's a great little tool for maybe sometimes accessing skills that you might not necessarily have yourself. So why not check that out? Okay, so last but by no means least, I want to talk to you about strategy. This month, I'm going to ask you some questions. Questions that if you're like many of the thousands of businesses I've met and worked with, I suspect you'll not be very happy with your answers. And if you're not happy with the answers, then you might want to do something about it. If you want to meet myself, I'd be more than happy to do so. So let's take a quick look at some really, really important questions about your business. First question, do you know how many inquiries come into your business each month? Now, if you don't, then you need to start measuring this. It's really easy. It's almost a no-brainer. Second question, do you know where those inquiries come from? So if you get 100 inquiries coming in, where are they from? Are they from the internet? Are they from networking? Are they from advertising, from an exhibition that you did, etc., etc.? You need to know clearly, specifically where they're from. Do you know how many people visit your website every month? Because if you don't, how do you know if you change that text on your website whether it's going to improve? What happens if you change your keywords and the number of people went down? Because that's a great thing to test. Test different keywords. But if you change it and you introduced 3 new keywords and removed a couple, it could go up or down. So if you don't know your numbers, then you could be actually harming your website. So it's really important for you to know those particular numbers. Next, do you know your average unit of sale? The average sale. Now, again, this is really, really easy. How many sales did you make last month? And how much income did you create? So if my income was, 20,000 last month, and I made 10 sales, then it's pretty obvious that my average unit of sale was £2,000. It's as simple as that. So what do you need to know that for? Well, you need to know that so that you can then try to increase your average unit of sale. If you increased your average unit of sale by 15% because you package things together, that could again make a big difference to your business. Do you have a plan in place to proactively win new business from referral? And I've spoke about this before, and I know it's Steve going on about the same old thing, but I'm doing so because it is so incredibly important. 99% of all the businesses I've ever worked with, thousands of businesses, tell me that they get most of their business from referral. Before I work with them, not 1 in 100 has got a plan for doing so. I recently read a very interesting statistic by the Institute of Sales and Marketing Management. They did a survey in over 30,000 businesses, and one of the key questions that they asked is, would they recommend most of their suppliers? The answer to that was that 87% of all the businesses, the 30,000 businesses, said yes, they would recommend their suppliers. They were also asked, have you ever been asked to recommend your suppliers? And the figures for that were 4%. Now that again represents to me a massive opportunity. 87% would recommend their suppliers, but only 4% have ever been asked to. Think about that. How would your clients react? What could you do to grow your business by having several strategies in place? And you might want to take a look at my Grow Your Business with Referral plan. It's a system of how to massively increase the amount of referral business that you get within your business from your current clients and also other key target markets. Do you have strategies in place to win more business from your current clients? Again, this is such an area that most businesses are weak at. Most businesses spend most of their time, money and effort trying to win new clients. And that is the hardest, most difficult, most costly thing to do. Are you maximizing your current clients? How often do you speak to them? How often are you in touch? Are they fully aware of the full range of products and services that you sell? And I almost guarantee they're not. So you need to improve the effectiveness of your marketing to your current clients. Do you have Google Analytics set up on your website? It's free. It's such a great tool. Google Analytics enables you to get a good understanding of how many people visit your site, where they come from, what time of day they visit, how often they visit, do they come back, how long do they stay on your site, a whole range of information that if you've not got set up, then that's not a good thing. Set it up. Get your web designer to do that. My next question is, do you run your business based on multiple streams of income? What do I mean by that? Well, most businesses, in my experience, have 1, 2, 3, 4 different ways of building their business. They get a lot of business from referral. They've pretty much, most of them got a website these days, and they maybe do some telemarketing. So if that's your business, then you're missing out. You're missing out on a whole range of other strategies that you could be using. The big problem is which ones, because there are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of different marketing ideas out there. And it's very easy to throw a load of money at one of them and it doesn't work and you think, well, that's a waste of time. I'll stick to what I know. I'll stick to what I'm doing well anyway. So this is where the expertise comes in. You need to make sure that you've got the expertise to what I call test. This is the most important thing I believe in marketing. Testing different approaches and not betting the ranch, but doing a small conservative test to make sure that that particular strategy works for you. Once it does, you just roll out and do it more and more, again and again. For example, you decide to test pay-per-click advertising. Now, will you get it right the first time? Well, the answer is probably no. Now, I know businesses who try pay-per-click advertising, they set it up, they run it for a couple of months and it doesn't work and they decide pay-per-click advertising is a total waste of money and I'm not going to do it in my business. Now, sorry, but Pay-per-click advertising is a multi-million, if not billion-pound industry. It must be working. Now, does it work in your industry? Well, I'd like to bet most of your competitors are doing it, or certainly some of them. So the question is, what did you do wrong? We didn't get on a bike one day and all of a sudden we were able to ride it perfectly. We adjusted, we changed, we adapted, but we got on and tried again and again. Now, clearly we don't want to waste a significant amount of money, so we've got to test, try different words, try different headlines on the advert, try different content in there. Maybe try an advert that just has one key word. We could test one word at a time. A lot of pay-per-click campaigns make the mistake of having 20, 30, 40 different words. How do you know which one's working well? Sure, you can check through Google, but wouldn't it be a good idea to set up individual campaigns that are targeted at one specific word with one specific headline? A little bit like I mentioned at the beginning about having a website that is specifically for one particular product. So have a pay-per-click campaign that is focused on a particular product and a particular search word. Do you know how much it costs you to win a new client? Again, this is really useful information and simple to work out. Let's say, for example, you spend £1,000 on a given marketing strategy, and that £1,000 produces 100 leads, and that 100 leads produces 10 clients, and those 10 clients therefore cost you £100 to acquire. How you can use this information is to say, rather than having a specific marketing budget where we spend X, you say, I'm willing to spend £100 per client in terms of acquisition, because I know that my average unit of sale per client is £2,000, and I know that on average they spend that 5 times throughout their lifetime. So you know that winning a client costs £100, and throughout the lifetime of that client, you're going to get £10,000 back in. Once you know those marketing numbers, you have an infinite marketing budget. As long as you know the numbers. This is why knowing those numbers is so incredibly important. Without that, you're just throwing money at marketing and wasting some of it, there's no doubt. So it's really important to make sure that you know those key marketing numbers. On the sales side, do you know how many of your leads you turn into meetings? Do you know how many of your meetings you turn into proposals, and those proposals into sales? Are you skilled at building rapport? Do you have outstanding communication skills so you can walk into a room and immediately go up to people and you're just one of those people that people love to talk to? Are you good at defending price? If I said to you, well, that's too expensive, what would you actually say? Go through it now. What would you actually say if I said, well, that's a little bit expensive? Would you say, well, we can give you a discount? What would you say? You need to have a strategy in place. You need to know exactly what to say. You need to be really, really good at defending price. Do you have a client charter? A set system of this is how you will be dealt with when you come to my company. This is the standard that you can expect to be given. Because most businesses say, well, we offer great customer service. Now, what is great customer service to you is totally different to me. So do you have specific standards? A lot of businesses say, we answer the phone as quickly as possible. Now, that could be anything from 5 seconds to 50 minutes. The point is, what is your standard for answering the phone? What is your standard in terms of returning calls, returning emails? Because if you could do something as simple and as obvious as that, better than your competition, you're creating what I call critical non-essentials, critical things within your business that make people think, wow, they do that. I've never met a business that does that. Yesterday we had a bit of an IT problem, and it took us 25 minutes to get through to a company that we deal with on the server side. I'll not mention the company, but the people who provide us with our server. 25 minutes sat on the telephone. Now, that wouldn't be too bad, but it was 25 minutes sat on the telephone to America, would you believe? Now, that's not good customer service, is it? And yet we all know lots and lots of businesses like that who we could spend a phenomenal amount of time waiting on the telephone. Look, we need to make sure that ours or yours is not one of those. So how quickly and how effective are you at making sure that you answer that telephone 100% of the time as quickly as possible? There are a whole variety of companies out there that, if you're a small business, for example, and you're out of the office from time to time, who you can transfer your phone call to them and they'll answer on your behalf. That is so much better, in my opinion, than having an answer phone or something. You need to build credibility within your business. Okay, that's just about it for this month's Raise Your Game program. Please have a long, hard think about the questions. And if you're not happy with any of them, then you need to take action. Because it's only by taking action that you will change anything. So thanks ever so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. But most of all, I hope you use the ideas you've learned to grow your business. Thank you.
Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. Definitely, I was listening to it myself and it was really interesting. I thought, how relevant those ideas were, even though they were produced, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. I think particularly the reference to the AIDA formula, that's something that's been around for, I'd dread to think, certainly over 25 years that I've been involved in marketing for small business. And yet it's still as relevant today, albeit less likely to be on a newspaper advert and more likely to be in an email or a blog or even a podcast. It fits no matter what the media. So take advantage and implement as ever. Thank you again for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you valued it. I hope it helps you to grow your business. That's what this is all about. That's why we do it. If we can help you further, by all means, get hold of us. Drop me a line. Go to my website. Website is www.stevemills.co. Book a meeting. You gain access to my online diary. We can take the first step to really helping you to grow your business. And I look forward to speaking soon. So thank you very much for listening and speak soon.